my pelvis. By turning this foot in slightly, it helps to open all that up. So basic snap kick, fireman's kick, with your hands down, kick, and I block the kick. Yeah, so keep your hands up. Say Shizentai, natural stance position. I like to throw kicks from my natural stance position because typically in Palm Beach, where I'm from down in Florida, I don't walk around. The medical term, synergistically affect my musculature. I did that for you.
Thank you.
Quadriceps and glutes, all working in unison, boom, to drive that kick into my jiu-jitsu friend. And what position am I in since I've now hit the bear? What do you do after you kick the bear? You're right, okay? I want to think again, it's this central line that I want to try to attack. Can I attack the lead leg on Chris? I could, right? We want to look at what's his body position, what's his weight displacement. He is now kind of evenly loaded, but there's a lot of displacement on the front leg, right? So that's one advantage you can think of. Hand is kind of down. I would like this, but this is okay. When I'm coming through on this back leg kick, my hips, guys, it's like I got a pack of quarters shoved up my backside and I don't want to make change. Okay? You will remember that analogy for the rest of your lives because a drill sergeant told me that years ago and I've never forgotten that. So he is up, don't make change, come through, boom! We were driving that kick when I go in, right? Drive through hips, here, boom. Where are my hands? Up. Is this Aiki effective? Absolutely. When I kick to the body, can I go to some sort of an Aikido movement? I have to connect the long-range skills at the base of that mountain to get up to the higher level skills that allow me to control that person. Talking as an old Army colonel, this is artillery. I'm prepping my battlefield. Does that make sense? North Carolina, the border's always open. You know, as you go into south of the border, it's always open. So groin kicks are always an open target. If she's going to kick you in the groin, whose fault is it? Yours. Right? If you're going to stand there and let her kick you in the groin, good job. What's the point of throwing a kick? To hit someone, okay? When I hit someone, I want to keep up my momentum. In combat, momentum is this really important concept. When I get the enemy on his heels, I want to keep him on his heels, right? Guy Nathan Bedford Forrest, you look him up, you won't like him much because he was a bit of a jackass. But he was a cavalry officer during the Civil War. And Forrest had this saying, it was keep up the steer. And what he meant by that was once you have the Yankees running, keep chasing them. So momentum is really part of martial arts as well. So if you're kicking him in the groin, now all of a sudden he's probably doing what? He's shaping and positioning for you. He's dropped his hands, he's brought his head up. How does this look as a defensible posture? For you it looks wonderful, because you can knock him out, yeah? And that's cool. That's what we want. We want to hit somebody. And speaking of which, Chris on. So now we're going to do the back leg side kick, okay? Same kind of concept. Chris is in his fighting stance. I'm coming through here. I want to rotate my body in that position. I'm turning my body. In essence, if I stopped here, what have I given him? Your back. My back, right? So if I give him my back, good idea or bad idea? Brian likes this idea. What do I have to do with this space between Chris and I? You gotta fill it, right? I gotta fill that space. I want to occupy that space with something lethal. So when I am here and I'm going through here, boom! I'm driving that side kick into Chris. Why do I like to sneak it under? Because Chris has elbows. And I've seen him use his elbows. Anybody ever had an elbow on the foot?
Yeah.
Not good, right? So from here, hands up, kick, down. Notice my body position. If I hit Chris, where would the energy push him? To the rear, drive. Now all of a sudden I'm starting to use multiple kicks in order to position him in a place that allows me to continue to lob bombs at him. When I do this, I'm driving into Chris. That moves him here. Look at my setup. You see my position?
Yes, sir.
Now, you can step up too. Bill likes that, okay? I like this Jun Lee, who's my teacher. He talks more about if you're going to throw a kick, you want it to have effective power. Effective power, when I cross behind, and rarely do we cross our legs in martial arts. But this is the one time where I can really do that.
Oh, that's fine.
All right, one more time. So our hands are up, back leg side kick, boom, step behind, boom, and drive that skip side kick. Everybody got it? My power can be reduced, okay? Joe Louis used to talk about on a roundhouse kick, you want to try to dig. It means your foot is pulled back in a proper position, and you're trying to dig into the body or into the tissue when you're throwing that kick. Sounds violent, well, it is. If we start with a low kick, I have to do something to change his position. How stable does Brian look? Stable. I don't know, he didn't really look all that stable, but I have to change the stability of his stance. So what I'm going to do is do a roundhouse kick, but it's a specific type. And it is called a hack kick. The idea, and Chris, I didn't want to do this because I like you, Chris, but I'll hit Brian. I'm striking the hamstrings and sliding down into the knee. So when Brian is here, if I'm trying to turn him, boom! Oh yes. That turns Brian's body away. Now let me ask you this, how much flexibility did it take for me to kick to Brian's leg? Not much. Notice my pivot, I went to about 90. You could go to 110. When you start getting further than that, it becomes harder to do the hack kick cutting down because this is kind of a weird angle, right? So one more time, I'll go slow. Sorry, Brian. So I'm coming from here, bang. That turns him. What do you do when you kick the bear in the leg? Run, okay? Good, stand up, get that punchy in 30 minutes, but we gave you some of the flavor of it. So primary targeting, groin, umbilicus, solar plexus, throat, face, right? Thinking about pivoting in order to set your body up so that you can maximize power. Does that sound like an Aikido principle? Right? Yeah, it is. I mean, you go like this. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, now it really works well because I'm putting my body behind the movement. And it's the same dealio when we're punching, whole body to affect the movement. Guys, thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Awesome.
Thank you.